Creating a scalable beauty brand is 100% a reality for you, and it's possible. The thing is that you have to be in a place where you're willing to look at every single corner of your business and ask yourself, how could this be better? How can I improve this? How can I deepen my understanding of this core aspect of my business? How can I deepen the relationship that I currently have with my customer? Do I know them enough? Am I meeting them where they are? Scalable beauty brands are asking themselves this on a regular basis. They don't assume that they know their customer. They don't assume that their products are meeting their customers' needs. They're always asking, how can this be better? How can I enrich this process? How can I evolve? So if you're sitting and you're wondering, how do I scale this business from being, $10,000 a month to being $100,000 a month? And if you're already at the $100,000 mark and you're wondering, what do I need to do to go past and beyond $100,000 a month to having $500,000 months? It really will come down to a very strategic understanding of where you are placed in the market, but even more importantly, where you're placed in your customer's heart. And that sounds like some lofty concept, and you're like, how would I ever know that? The insight and the understanding is much closer and much easier to get your hands around than you would ever expect. Just to give you context, my name is Christian Maxwell. I am a professional beauty brand and hair care brand strategist. I've been working in this industry for nearly 10 years, and it is so close to my heart. I can honestly say that I love the beauty industry. I eat, breathe, and sleep beauty. Anybody who knows me knows this to be true. My heart is in the work, and my heart is also with the small business owners that are building these companies from the ground up. Most of the people that we work with have built their own formulas from the beginning, from the start. They created this formula, and they went from making it in their kitchen to having it manufactured at a small manufacturer to even scaling to large scale manufacturing. So I've worked inside of multiple companies that have gone and taken that journey. And then even seeing what it looked like when there was a little bit of a plateau. And it's like, hey, we've gotten here, but how do we push there? So when it comes to creating and scaling beauty brands, I have a wide variety of expertise. And a lot of my focus is always going to be in analytics-driven strategies. So the things that I want to work on with the beauty brand founders that we connect with through this program will be on those analytics-driven strategies, partner with hard work. Because a lot of times if you're just looking at the numbers, you can miss the story. But on the flip, if you're looking too much at the story, you can miss the facts. So I really love to keep myself focused in the very middle, in between those two aspects of marketing and branding, and just advertising strategy, and also that customer-centric strategy that we all have to have at the core of the work that we're doing. If you stay rooted in between those, you will find the truth. You'll be ahead of your customers' needs. You'll understand what they're going to ask you for, or even better yet, what they may not ask you for and may leave your brand to go to another for. Because as we all know, customer retention is costly. And if we're losing customers that we worked so hard to gain, whether it was through the paid advertising you used to do when it was, popping, we won't go down that tunnel. But if you acquired those customers, you paid dearly for them. Losing them is just simply not an option. So how do you keep the customers you've worked so hard to gain? But how do you deepen the relationship to where they're not just, buying a jar of your product and then, letting it sit in the back of their bathroom counter or bathroom cabinet? They're using this product often. But not only are they using the product often, they're telling their friends about it. And they feel like you're supporting them in their journey with your brand. How do you build real long-lasting relationships? And the key thing too that I am excited to work with and kind of like flesh out with you inside of our one-on-one initiative is also, how do you kind of do this same work inside of your company? So like I said, I've worked inside of countless beauty brands, and I've seen the inner workings of what it looks like inside of a scaling beauty brand. It's messy, and I get it. I 100% get it. But that messiness also can cause companies to have major instabilities when it comes to scaling because they're struggling with workforce. So how do you actually create an environment where the people who work for the company are just as passionate about the product and the story and the brand as the customers you're serving? Because if the people who are working for you get the mission, love the mission, and identify with the mission, it's slight work. for them to articulate that mission and to go forth and constantly reiterate that mission. So that's what we're gonna do in this one-on-one session. This one-on-one session is all about me dumping what I know to be true, but also me taking I'm very quick and concise when it comes to understanding a brand topside, digging in on what their story is, and then truly just breaking it down and seeing like, hey, here's where the inconsistencies lie. This is where the inadequacies are inside of your marketing operation. This is where we need to expand, on the journey for your new customer so that when they're onboarded to your brand, they know what the heck they're getting into. If they don't know what they're getting into or who you are and why you're important to them, actually, let's reverse that. Why you're important to them and then who you are. Because they don't care who you are until they understand why you matter to them. And that's just how people are. So doing that work is something that's very strategic for us, something that we're very good at doing, assessing brands, quickly combing through to see what needs to be tidied up. Where do you need to focus your attention as a CEO? Where do you need to point your contractors? Where do you need to point your team members so that you guys can strategically lift all aspects of that brand so that you are truly scalable? Oftentimes, scalability comes down to you operationalizing multiple aspects of your business and streamlining those different key journeys inside of the company that a customer has to go through that will literally lengthen the longevity of their relationship with you. If you're not doing the work of analyzing that journey for the customer and understanding where they're going to fall off and where they're going to have hiccups, you won't be able to retain them. And if you can't retain customers, you cannot scale. If you can't retain employees, you cannot scale. And if you can't grow revenue, you're not going to scale. So yes, my one-on-one program, I'm so excited to bring this to life because there's so many companies who either have entire in-house marketing teams, so it doesn't necessarily make sense for them to outsource any part of the marketing. Or there are also companies who may not be quite ready to outsource their marketing. And to be honest, we're really at a point where we want to give even more of the marketing expertise that we have access to here at Studio Maxwell, and doing it in this one-on-one aspect is going to be that game-changing experience that we know will change brands. This is not going to be one of those fluff sessions where you're talking to somebody and you're like, I could have Googled that. I guarantee you won't be able to Google the things I tell you in this session. The insight and information that I have is not something that I learned from another course. Just to be candid, guys, I did not go to school for marketing. I didn't go to school for any type of beauty, branding, advertising, graphic design, nothing of that nature. And the key thing I want to tell you about that is that means that I literally learned all of this in the trenches. I learned it from doing it, from making the money, from working inside of $500,000 Black Fridays. I've worked inside of multiple $500,000 Black Fridays. I've had customers literally have $1 million come through their email marketing in a month. So I'm not telling you about things that I know, based on a book or that my professor gave me, or, some course I went through that taught me how to be a marketer and I'm regurgitating it. This is real insight and information that I know to be true because I've implemented it for customers. I have implemented it and saw the money come in. So it's facts. It's not fiction. I'm definitely one of those people. I'm very humble. I don't go around, talking about what I'm doing, who I'm doing it for, how much money I'm making, or how much money my clients are making. I don't have to do that. Most of our business comes from a referral because people are willing to share and say, hey, this is what's happening for me. You should check them out. So I'm definitely excited to see and to meet the people that we will get a chance to meet through this one-on-one program. I know it's going to be a game changer for so many of you. So I can't wait to meet you. If you have questions, I want you to go ahead and reach out to us on the contact form. Booking our one-on-one is a very streamlined and easy process. Once you purchase it on our site, you'll be contacted by our team to schedule your session. We conduct the sessions multiple times a month. And then afterwards, you do have access to us to get ongoing customer service and to just reach out and ask some quick touch-up questions. And if you're like, hey, I want to go in for a round 2 because I have a whole new set of questions, by all means, do that. So it's really a great resource for people who you want to get your hands on an expert quickly and efficiently, and you want to get those questions answered that are most dear to your heart and also very key and related to your actual growth in that moment. So yes, Thank you for watching this video. I definitely look forward to hearing from you when you reach out to us for your one-on-one session, and I know that it will be a game changer for you. Bye.